For a close-up look at all your Concho Valley High School football, this is Inside the Game, sponsored by Mitchell Automotive Group.
Welcome to Inside the Game. Thanks for staying up with us. I'm Rachel Turnock. It's week 7 of high school football. We've got a jam-packed show for you as 17 Concho Valley teams kick off district play tonight. A clean slate and the games that matter the most. It's common for coaches to intentionally schedule tougher, more challenging opponents to play in their non-district schedules to prepare for district play and hopefully a deep playoff run, which is what Wall head coach Houston Guy has done consistently every year, playing San Antonio Cornerstone Christian week 3 and Midland Christian 2 weeks ago. Both losses for the Hawks, but both games they can learn from and clean up those mistakes. Coach Guy said the Mustangs exposed Wall's weaknesses and they needed to fix those before district starts. They've had an extra week to do so, coming off their open week and recharged for their district opener against TLCA, who moved up to 3A Division I, landing in this competitive district. The Eagles are still on the hunt for their first win this season. Wall's opening drive in this game, and Drew Morrison hands this off to Dominic Garcia. Finds a hole up the middle and just green grass ahead of him. A long touchdown run to give the Hawks an early 7-0 lead, and they just keep it going on their next possession for the Hawks. Gabe Haskins, they switched out quarterbacks on the series, rolls to his left, passes downfield to Braden Jumper. He'd be tackled at the 5-yard line. Wall would capitalize, though. Next play to Dominic Garcia, his second touchdown of the game. Just like that, 14-0. Hawks extend their lead. Second quarter now, TLCA trying to get their offense going. And how about this? Cameron Kuehler heaves this up and finds J.R. Lopez. What a catch in front of his defender. First down, Eagles. Nothing would come of that drive, though. The Hawks would go on to take this one 72-0. And for more on this game, we're going to send it out to Mark Brown at Lakeview Stadium.
Hey, Rachel. The Wall Hawks improved 4-2 as they won 72-0 over TLCA as they improved to 4-2 in District 3A Division I in the district opener. And joined beside me is head coach Houston Guy for the Wall Hawks. So, Coach, how does it feel to get the big win?
It was exciting. We're glad to get this one out of the way. You know, you always want to start the district off with a win, and, you know, opening up with TLCA real close to home in our backyard, we felt like it was a good one to start with.
All right, Coach. And we noticed that you rotated 2 quarterbacks in Drew Harrison and Gabe Haskins. So how did it feel to rotate 2 quarterbacks throughout the game? You
know, we were looking at to see kind of which one is going to give us, you know, different type of reads or different type of looks. You know, one is going to be a little bit better runner, one's a little bit better thrower. We were trying to see which one could kind of come out ahead tonight. Both of them did really good jobs. Both of them, you know, have certain skill sets that we like to see. Both of them did a great job tonight, put points on the board for us. And so, you know, we're going to continue to take looks at both of them as we go throughout the season.
And last but not least, you know, going into practice this week, speaking of excitement, how do you feel knowing that your players are preparing for some more district games, especially Jim Ned being as tough as they are?
You know, I think our kids relish the challenge. You know, these guys have been, you know, challenged all season long. We packed our schedule with teams that would, you know, rival most 4A, 5A, 6A schedules, and we haven't backed down from any of those guys. And so these guys are ready for any challenge that comes, you know, to them. And so we're ready to take on the next challenge, and Jim Ned happens to be that opponent. And so we're going to line up, you know, put our pads on, put our helmet on, and go strap it on and go get him.
All right, sounds good. Once again, thanks, Coach, and good luck this week.
Hey, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
And once again, Wall improves 4-2 as they defeated TLCA 72-0 in the district opener. And stay tuned next week as they go up against Jim Ned. Back to you, Rachel.
This update sponsored by Bug Express.
Yeah, that'll be a good one against Jim Ned. Well, through their first 2 weeks, Central has faced a Waco team, Colleen Shoemaker, and a San Antonio squad, Schertz Clemens. Through their week 3 game features a College Station team, 3rd-ranked A&M Consolidated, another tough pre-district opponent that Central head coach Brent Davis wanted to face to benefit themselves no matter the outcome. The Bobcats dropped to 0-2 after losing to Schertz Clemens 35-0 last week, the first time Central was shut out since Brent Davis took over as head coach. Coach Davis said self-inflicted wounds have hurt the Angry Orange with turnovers and penalties at a high rate. They just need to eliminate those mistakes, make adjustments, and just play better. He said there is no substitute for winning either. Let's see how the Bobcats would fare against the Tigers. First drive of the game didn't go well for the Tigers. Montavious Dibbins intercepts the lateral out of the backfield, takes that to the house for the pick six. Central fans like that. Second quarter, Kyle Willis on the quarterback keeper breaks the play and scores. Tigers up 13-7 after a missed PAT. Tigers would add to their lead later in the second. Willis finds Jalen Walter across the middle. Walter speeds down the sideline, goes to the house to put them up 19-7. The Bobcats finished the half strong in the closing seconds. Malachi Brown, what a beautiful pass, goes to Tyler Hill in the corner of the end zone. Central would take a 21-19 lead in the break, but the Tigers would just come out stronger in the second half. They'd edge Central tonight. 40-35 was the final. The Lakeview Chiefs are off to their best start since 2008, sitting at 4-2, securing their first four-win season since 2014. But the Chiefs aren't satisfied, which is a good thing, as they played in their final non-district game tonight. They want more, hoping to get more on the road against Hereford, who is 2-3 after losing to Andrews, and a defense that's giving up over 400 yards of total offense per game, something Lakeview quarterback Albert Rodriguez hopes to feast on tonight and send Lakeview into district play with plenty of momentum. Oscar Guerra with a pass out to Noah Brown as he breaks this tackle all the way for the touchdown. Lakeview's defense just not able to stop him. But Lakeview's offense, as I mentioned, Albert Rodriguez, they would respond with a huge touchdown to Austin Bandy. You've heard that name before. What a huge catch for him. And then Oscar Guerra with another great pass. This time he finds Noah Brown for the TD. And Hereford, they roll over Lakeview in this one, getting the win 34-15. Lakeview starting district play against Fort Stockton next week. So while in TLCA starting out district play tonight, Lakeview will begin that week at home next week, Thursday against Fort Stockton. Central on Friday at home against Abilene High. Well, still to come on the show, fresh off their open week, the Sonora Broncos 1-4 overall, welcoming Ingram Moore 5-0 for their District 2-3A Division II opener. Could the Broncos hand the Warriors their first loss this season and start out District 1-0? Find out right after the break. You're watching Inside the Game.
With Furniture Row employee pricing,
you pay what we pay.
Right now, our employee pricing is available to everyone. Get 15% off any single item when you spend $9.99 or more. Plus 4 years, no interest, and free shipping. Hurry, employee pricing at Furniture Row ends soon.
Join us as we honor Hispanic culture and celebrate the many contributions made throughout American history. Hispanic Heritage on KSAN, October 2nd at 5 p.m. Sponsored by San Angelo ISD.
I'm Mike with MGB, Mike's Gold Buyers. Gold and silver prices are terrific, which means more money for your gold, silver, and diamonds. Come to MGB and you'll say,
I sold gold and I like Mike.
On Avenue N by Angelo State.
At Pecan Creek Farm and Ranch, we welcome you to enjoy time with your family while experiencing all that West Texas agriculture has to offer. This fall, come enjoy our corn maze and take a stroll through our pumpkin patch to pick out the perfect pumpkin. Get to know the animals in the petting zoo and learn about the tools of the trade as you play at the Ag Playground. Have a birthday coming up? We do reservations for parties as well as field trips. Come visit us and let us share our farm and ranch with you.
My car's making a really weird noise. It's like a ting, 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 ting.
Whether your vehicle's import or domestic, your car's not foreign here at Rick Henry's Auto Service. Come see us or click on the Expert tab on the Concho Valley homepage.
Millions open a My Social Security account every year so they can prepare for retirement. Social Security, securing today and tomorrow. See what you can do online at socialsecurity.gov.
With Furniture Row employee pricing,
you pay what we pay.
Right now, our employee pricing is available to everyone. Get 15% off any single item when you spend $9.99 or more. Plus 4 years, no interest, and free shipping. Hurry, employee pricing at Furniture Row ends soon.
2 weeks ago tonight, the Sonora Broncos tasted their first win of 2020, beating El Dorado in double overtime to wrap up their non-district schedule before heading into their off week. An offense that struggled to put more than 14 on the board through the first 4 weeks, racking up 44 in that victory. And for Sonora's district opener tonight, they welcome in undefeated Ingram Moore, a defense that's only allowing 10 points per game. So could the Broncos go against that stat and repeat their offensive performance from 2 weeks ago? First quarter, Warriors strike first. Timothy Leatherman on the keeper right here gets to the outside, and he's just gone. Speeds his way in for 6. But Sonora would quickly strike back. Sonora's O-line giving Jackson Carroll a hole to run. Turns on the Jets, and see you later. Sonora gets on the board, and they would add another before halftime. A huge run for the Broncos. He'll get pushed out into the red zone, and they would use a QB keeper to punch that one in. Sonora starts out district play. They get the win over Ingram Moore. 28-13 was the final. Grape Creek opening up district play at home, hosting the Bangs Dragons tonight. First quarter, Bangs leading up 7-0. Ethan Cortez takes the snap, keeps it, pushes his way up the middle into the end zone. Touchdown Dragons. They lead 14-0. Now first play of the second quarter, Bangs on the move again. Ethan Sanchez takes it. Nearly tackled twice, but he'd still make his way in for the score to give the Dragons a 20-0 lead after a missed kick. Under 3 minutes left in the second quarter, Cortez pitches it back to Sanchez, goes to his right to score for another Bangs TD, extends their lead 26-0, and Bangs goes on to shut out Grape Creek tonight 62-0 in their district opener. One of the many obstacles that we knew teams would have to face this season, having to cancel or postpone games. That's already been the case for a few teams in the Concho Valley through the first 6 weeks. Brady and Ballinger were supposed to play for the 92nd time tonight for the District 2-3A Division II opener at Bulldog Stadium. On Monday, October 5th, Brady ISD announced that this week's football game against Ballinger would be canceled after confirming 3 positive COVID-19 cases along with multiple individuals quarantined. That means an automatic forfeit for Brady, giving Ballinger an 8-0 win. So the 92nd game in this fun rivalry series will have to wait. The Bearcats hold a 52-38 series edge, and there's been one tie between the two, dating all the way back to 1926. They've met up in the playoffs twice and taken one game to overtime in 2018. The Bearcats have won the last 2 showdowns, which were non-district games. So Brady can't play this week. Ballinger was off last week. They didn't want to wait for another week of rest. They wanted to play. They set up a date with the Sunray Bobcats, a team out of District 3-2A Division II. Similar situation for them with their district opener being canceled tonight. The Bobcats and the Bearcats met up at Levitt Cooper Sub-Varsity Field. Ballinger gets the win 46-12 over the Sunray Bobcats. Ballinger will host Grape Creek next week. We'll see if Brady can begin district play, slated to host the Sonora Broncos. Well, coming up right after the break, more district openers. We'll take a trip down Highway 277, diving into District 14-2A Division II. El Dorado hosting Miles. 8th-ranked Cristoval welcomed in Rock Springs. We've got highlights from both of these showdowns when we come back.
And you're watching Inside the Game. We're the Water Valley Wildcats, and you're watching Inside the Game.
For years, San Angelo has trusted the Dirt Doctor because they pride themselves on attention to detail when it comes to a spotless working and living environment. You need to know that your home and business is clean and sanitized for your health and the ones you love and care about. The Dirt Doctor has experienced technicians, the right equipment, and dedication to keeping you healthy and safe. So for a clean that goes beyond the surface, be sure to call the doctor with a PhD of clean at 234-7964.
If you or a loved one has mesothelioma or been diagnosed with another asbestos-related cancer, call now. An estimated $30 billion in court-ordered trusts have been set aside to pay out claims to asbestos victims. You may be able to receive compensation without ever going to court or filing a lawsuit. Thousands of hardworking men and women have been diagnosed with mesothelioma because manufacturers put profits ahead of safety. Manufacturers knew the risks of asbestos exposure for years, but knowingly manufactured and sold deadly deadly asbestos-containing materials, putting millions of American workers at risk. These manufacturers have tried to avoid compensating their victims, but the courts have ordered them to set aside an estimated $30 billion in trust money for the victims of asbestos. Call now to see if you're entitled to a portion of the $30 billion. You could receive compensation without filing a lawsuit or going to court.
For your free legal consultation, call 800-785-1242 now. That's 800-785-1242. I am a paid non-attorney spokesperson.
Shop local, stay safe, and keep downtown strong.
Welcome back to Inside the Game. For the 14th time, El Dorado and Miles meet up on the field, and the Eagles have had their way with the Bulldogs. 11-2 in the series, and the 2 wins Miles had came in 2013 and 2014. The last 2 seasons, the Eagles have shut down the Bulldogs' offense completely, which was the case for Miles and their offense weeks 1 and 2 this season, struggling to find the end zone. But week 3, they found their offense and beat Roscoe for their first win. Then they beat Monday on the road the following week. Miles is 2-3 coming into their district opener tonight, and those 2 wins happen to be road victories. El Dorado comes in desperate to snap a 3-game losing streak. Their offense has been consistent, averaging just over 37 points per game, but their defense has allowed 164 points in the last 3 games. But if the showdown is anything like the last 2 years, El Dorado, they're going to shut down Miles' offense. And the Eagles, they got rolling early on offense. First quarter, Corbin Covarrubias to David Bajaras with a touchdown right there. El Dorado averaging those 37 points per game. They got close to that tonight. Spoiler alert, still first quarter. Covarrubias again with this pass. On the run, connects with Damian Romo for the score. 14-0 El Dorado. Miles trying to find a way to just stop the Eagles. Second quarter, El Dorado, though, they're just clicking through the air. Covarrubias all the time in the world and finds Bajaras, and he just does the rest. Nobody is catching the big man right there. Takes that in for another score, 21-0. This one was all El Dorado. The Eagles get the win 35-6, and they just shut down Miles tonight. Rock Springs is undefeated. Cristobal ranked 8th in 2A Division II district opener between the 2 tonight. Early first quarter, no score. This looks familiar. Braden Wilcox finding a wide open Bo Jolly down the field. That's an easy touchdown for the Cougars. They go up 7-0. Rock Springs able to respond. Christian Montoya pitches it back to Ty Henley. He fights his way in for the score. Rock Springs would go for 2, and they would get it. Bold move. They lead 8-7. 15 seconds left in the first quarter now. Rock Springs extends the lead courtesy of Bo Hernandez. Punches this one in for the touchdown. 14-7. Rock Springs. Second quarter, big moment for Cristobal's defense right here. Wilcox coming in hot. Look out for him on Hernandez. Strips the ball, forces a fumble. Cougars recover, and Cristobal getting the win over Rock Springs tonight. That was huge. 32-20 was the final down in Cristobal. And the final game of District 14 2A Division II, Menard and Junction. The first 6 weeks have been tough on the Yellow Jackets, 0-6 coming into tonight. Meanwhile, Junction dropped their first game since week 1 2 weeks ago to Mason. And the final in this one, Junction gets the big win, 73-6 over the Menard Yellow Jackets. Menard 0-7 on the season. And speaking of Mason, 1-0 in district after beating Center Point last week in the opener, hosting Harper tonight. Huge win, shutout win for the Punchers, 67-0. Gotta love that defense and offense. Ozona was supposed to start district play last week against Johnson City. The Eagles postpone it to the final week of the regular season due to COVID-19 positives. So tonight is the first district game for the Lions at Center Point. Ozona starting out district play with a win, 36-0. They get the shutout victory, so a nice way for new head coach Jared Taylor to start out district play for Ozona, 1-0 with that big win over Center Point. So district standings starting to take shape for 14 2A Division I. I'm sure you know What's coming up next? Six-man football. Here we go. Erie County 6-0, but Water Valley, they've got something to say about that, looking to end that perfect record. We've got more from Mertzen and the rest of District 14 1A Division 1, plus a lot more right here after the break. But first, check out tonight's fan camp.
Catering for Inside the Game is provided by Chick-fil-A.
Take the Dr. Pepper High School Football Challenge. Each week, go to ConchoValleyHomepage.com and test your high school football knowledge. One lucky winner could receive a $25 gift card. Go to ConchoValleyHomepage.com and take the Dr. Pepper High School Football Challenge today.
Today I made some chocolate chip cookies for Grandma's birthday.
What a marvelous family using gig speed to prepare for Grandma's birthday.
For real. Those little guys are watching cooking videos while she's live streaming.
And Aunt Sue's helping by watching a movie. Classic.
She's here.
How are they doing all of this without slowing down? It's the gig speed, like I said.
You gotta have the fastest internet when you're a family of influencers.
Bring every room to life with internet from Suddenlink, starting at just $20 a month. Now with gig speeds available on our next generation network.
By definition, steel is an alloy with qualities of hardness and strength, combined with iron and other metals to yield a unique product. Similarly, WW-AFCO Steel's commitment to quality and industry-leading experience meld a blend of excellence and stability unmatched in the industry. WW-AFCO Steel is one of the largest fabricators of steel bridges, structural and industrial projects in North America. We're looking for welders and fitters for our San Angelo and Abilene locations. If you'd like to come and grow with our company, please send your resume to kbartz@wwafcosteel.com.
If you're looking for expert advice, call Absolute Paradise Cooling and Heating.
Hello, I'm Mike.
And I'm Darwin.
If you have trouble with your system, whether it's conventional
or ductless,
call 656-4822. Absolute Paradise. We care about your air.
I wanted to give back to my world, and using CASA as an avenue, I can give back just a little bit, and it allows me to share my heart with the rest of the world and with these children. By working with CASA, we are able to have an impact on the stability, the joy, acceptance that these children feel. You are still giving of yourself to these children who need us desperately. So don't be afraid of getting out there and getting involved in these children's lives. They need you.
Welcome back. One of two teams left that's still undefeated in the Concho Valley and in 1A Division 1, the Erie County Hornets. 6-0. They've mercy ruled every opponent so far this season except Blackwell last week. As for Water Valley, it seems like they're just getting started, which is the case. The Wildcats had to cancel their first 3 games this season, playing their season opener on September 18th against number 1 Westbrook, then turned around next week to face number 3 Borden County. The Wildcats started out 0-2, but won their first game this season over Highland last week. So could they keep that going and end Erie County's perfect record out in Mertzen, or the Hornets moving to 7-0? Water Valley's opening possession, Cannon Weiss takes the pitch, follows his blockers in for 6. PAT was missed. Wildcats go up 6-0 though. Still first quarter, same score. Cannon Weiss, again, get used to this name, takes the pitch, goes around to the outside. That's in for another 6 as Water Valley extends their lead 14-0. Erie County got their offense moving in the second. Trevin Cofell pitches it to Riley Greider, gets the sideline, and the Hornets first score 14-6. Water Valley still leads it. Wildcats would counter before the half. Guess who? Cannon Weiss takes the pitch in for another 6. That would be his 3rd touchdown of the half. This kid is good. Water Valley, guess what? They hand Erie County their first loss this season. A huge win, 62-16, the final in that one. Well, Very Best was hosting Eden for their district opener tonight. We'll pick this up first quarter. Eden already on the board, and they just add some more to it. Julian Gamboa throws it deep to find Caleb Tinney in the end zone to put the Bulldogs extending their lead 12-0. Now the ensuing drive for Very Best, and Connor Barnes, just feeling the pressure, decides to just roll to his left and just throws that deep. Not a good move, because guess what? Hunter Rogers is going to pick that off in the secondary, makes some moves. He's tackled at about the 9-yard line before anyone can take him down. That's a turnover, and they cash it in on that turnover. In the second quarter, the pitch back to Rogers, throws it. There's Tinney again. Eden goes up 18-0. Eden, they snap a losing streak tonight, getting the big win, 45-0 over Very Best. We also spoke with head coach Shay Avance after the game. Here's what he had to say.
Being healthy tonight was really good for us. We played really well defensively tonight. I don't know how many turnovers we forced, 4 or 5 turnovers, and it was just we flew to the football. We just did a lot of things tonight that we haven't been doing, and so that was fun. That was really good to see because really we haven't seen it really since that first game against Blackwell.
This update sponsored by Bug Express.
Good to see that from the Bulldogs. Sterling City on the road at Bront for their district opener. Sterling City just cruised in this one. First quarter, Hudson Cox drops back and floats this to Damian. Cold Iron Eagles, they strike first, and the Eagles would strike pretty often in this one. This time the handoff to Jarrett Justice, and he just takes that in for another Eagles touchdown. And Sterling City, they just kept their offense going. How about one more before halftime? Frankie Gonzalez looks like he's going to throw this, but takes off eventually, reaches the end zone. Sterling City ended this one at halftime. They win 62-0. They are the only undefeated team left in the Concho Valley and in 1A Division I. With District 14 1A being a 5-team district, Paint Rock is playing some non-district action tonight. One on the road at Lomita, and Paint Rock gets the loss tonight, 53-0. Another game in the area that was canceled due to positive COVID-19 cases. Olphin and Blackwell would have been the district opener between the Hornets and the Mustangs. Blackwell decided not to find a game to play this week. They will be off and will plan on hosting TLCA Abilene next Saturday. So definitely a lot of district games going on tonight, but that will do it for us on Inside the Game. Thank you so much to everyone who helped us go out to film games tonight. Of course, our awesome production staff that stayed up with me. Mark Brown out in the field. Week 7, all in the books. We're going to see you next week on Inside the Game. Thanks for staying up with us, and have a good night.
Inside the Game is sponsored by Mitchell Automotive Group.